They wanted it at 12, 13, 14.
And I'd say I haven't said anything to them. No one's asked for it. I think they just know the heart behind it.
The Gaines family is back at it again, capturing the spotlight like never before. Fans are on the edge of their seats with anticipation and empathy after Joanna Gaines and her children Drake and Ella made a big news not long ago. Could you tell me who the Gaines are and what this major announcement is about? Join us as we talk about the latest disclosure from Joanna Gaines, Drake, and Ella Gaines, a tragic reality, with the stars of this thrilling surprise. While appearing on the Today Show on October 22nd, Joanna and Chip Gaines made a heartfelt announcement about their children, Drake and Ella in particular. Their devoted following was captivated by this discovery. This famously huge family is finally accepting that as their children become older, their family will be shrinking. Drake, who is 19 years old, is currently a sophomore at Baylor University. Ella, who will be 18 years old next spring, is getting ready to graduate from high school. The Gaineses opened up to Hoda Kotb and Savannah Guthrie during their visit on the Today Show about adjusting to Drake's move out of the house and the impending college or graduation of their 3 middle children in only 4 years. Joanna expressed her struggle to accept the impending college enrollment or withdrawal of her elder children, and her determination to savor every minute while she could. In retrospect, she acknowledged that it had been difficult for Drake to leave home, and now, as Ella's graduation draws near, she finds it emotional to watch her daughter mature so rapidly. She forewarned Chip that, emotionally speaking, they would have it tough in the coming years when their children began to fly the coop. They both laughed at how their youngest, Crew, is already head honcho, and Chip joked that Joanna will be in for a wild ride once their kids start moving out. They discussed how Crew's 4 older siblings and both sets of grandparents take care of him, and Joanna chimed in to say that he's certainly spoiled. He still feels like Peter Pan, not quite ready to turn 50, as Chip admits he is conflicted as he approaches his 50th birthday. He spoke about the pros and cons, like how his knees hurt after jumping out of his truck, but mostly how he likes seeing his kids grow into unique people. Curiosity in the enchanting family is growing as fans react to this touching revelation. What makes the Gaines family so special and motivational? And who are they anyway? Who stand to benefit? Joanna, Chip, and their 5 children are often media darlings, thanks to Chip's remarkable home improvement abilities and Joanna's and Chip's refreshingly unconventional approach to parenting. However, not everyone is familiar with their backstory or the things that set them apart as a family. So tell me about the Gaines. Who are they, and what sets them apart? Chip and Shannon Gaines are American reality TV stars and entrepreneurs. They are from Charlottesville, Virginia. His path to fame wasn't smooth, but it was full of lessons and growth opportunities. As a future entrepreneur, he credits his father, a veteran, for instilling in him the values of discipline and perseverance. He went to the University of Texas at Austin to get a degree in business administration because he's always loved building things and designing them. For his future endeavors in business, this schooling provided him with the ideal blend of theoretical background and practical experience. Chip started his first business in the real estate and home improvement industries just after graduating from college. With the support of his parents, he bought a house and flipped it for a whopping $30,000 profit. His meticulous attention to detail set him apart from the rest. But brains and perseverance weren't the only things that got Chip where he is today. He and his wife Joanna were instrumental in becoming a household name. By putting their loved ones and the community first, they have created a dynamo company. With Joanna by his side, Chip has taken his career to new heights, becoming a successful contractor, actor, producer, TV personality, and book. Along with being an author, TV celebrity, and interior designer, Joanna Gaines hails from the United States. She came into this world in the American city of Wichita, Kansas. Her father's assignment to Seoul in the U.S. Army was when they first crossed paths. He eventually found work with the Firestone Tire and Rubber Company in Texas, after his family had relocated several times. Joanna also shared details of her difficult upbringing, including the fact that she was the only Asian American student in her school and was the target of constant bullying. Yet, she triumphed over adversity. During her junior year of high school, when her family had already relocated to Waco, Texas, she was named Homecoming Queen. She interned in New York City for the television show 48 Hours while she was a senior at Baylor University, where she majored in communications. After Joanna graduated from Baylor in 2001, she went to her father's car dealership in Waco to meet Chip Gaines. On one of their first dates, Chip offered her a blossom as they were climbing a magnolia tree. This act inspired their brand name. The Gaines' hometown of Waco, Texas, was the site of the May 31, 2003, wedding of Chip and Joanna. In the time after, they had 5 children: Crew, Drake, Ella, Duke, and Emmy, and established a prosperous home renovation company. With a combination of structure and flexibility, Chip and Joanna have managed to juggle their hectic professional lives with the responsibilities of parenthood. Even though Chip had a more laid-back upbringing, he occasionally feels like a drill sergeant in his role as a father. Despite their prominence, they still strive to provide a regular childhood for their children. They encourage their children to be kind to themselves, to others, and particularly to people who appear lonely, Joanna said. Chip and Joanna are still very focused on providing a stable and loving home for their family, even if the Magnolia empire has been incredibly successful for them. Not only do they prioritize their family, but this talented duo has also become household names in the field of interior design and remodeling. How did they achieve such outrageous notoriety? In the hit American reality show Fixer Upper, hosts Chip and Joanna Gaines show viewers how they use their interior design and renovation skills to completely revamp their houses. The Waco, Texas-based show debuted in May 2013 as a pilot and debuted in April 2014 as the full season. Farmhouse chic, popularized by the Gaines over the course of 5 seasons, was defined by the use of shiplap and barn doors, 2 components that went on to become major design trends. Because of the show's popularity, many people traveled to Waco to see the Gaines work for themselves, which was good for the economy and tourism. The Magnolia Network relaunched the show in 2021 as Fixer Upper Welcome Home, and High Noon Entertainment produced spin-offs such Fixer Upper The Castle in 2022 and Fixer Upper The Hotel in 2023, all because of the show's popularity. Typically staying within a budget of $200,000 and allocating a minimum of $30,000 for upgrades, Fixer Upper follows the Gaines as they assist clients in selecting one of 3 possible houses to remodel. Joanna handles the design and Chip takes charge of the renovations. The newlyweds also chose to open Magnolia, an expansion of the company, not long after the ceremony. Their dedication to their profession was unwavering, even in the face of financial difficulties. Chip gave the unique origin of the name Magnolia, an explanation in a People.com sneak peek from the Fixer Upper series finale. As they worked together to plant a magnolia tree, Chip shared a touching story from their first date. "I climbed up a magnolia tree and picked her a magnolia bloom and gave it to her." The couple's meaningful connection to the tree has become a symbol of their brand, inspiring their children to care for it. A custom of planting magnolia trees at each home they renovate, including their own farmhouse, dates back to the inauguration of Joanna's first Magnolia Market store. In an ode to the tradition, Chip said, "Every project we do, we love to plant a magnolia." Since then, the Magnolia name has grown into a veritable dynasty, with outlets ranging from a retail store and real estate agency to books, including Joanna's upcoming cookbook, a line at Target, a magazine, 2 B&Bs, and a restaurant. Putting an emphasis on their business compatibility, the Gaines went into other profitable industries in addition to house remodeling. Did this couple try their hand at any other types of business? Monday through Saturday, you can visit $1 Million Dynasty Silos Baking Company between the hours of 7:30 a.m. and 6 p.m. 2 dilapidated cottonseed silos became the beating center of a flourishing retail enterprise 10 years ago, which no one could have predicted. For decades after the Brazos Valley cotton oil mill shut down in 1958, these abandoned silos served as a daring adolescent playground. Although some students may feel remorse for passing on the opportunity to scale those weathered buildings, Magnolia Market at the silos has been a boon to the Waco community. Even Chip and Joanna Gaines had to start from somewhere. Spice Village, a Waco shopping center with more than 60 boutique booths, was the first stop on their retail adventure. Still, Joanna quickly recognized the need for additional room to accommodate her expanding company. Their first freestanding business and one of their early refurbishment projects was the Little Shop on Bosque, which they purchased in 2003. They transformed the little dilapidated structure into a lovely spot to shop for home decor. Both Waco and the Gaines family knew they had to do more to attract tourists when Fixer Upper became a smash hit. They bought the old silos within a year, and they would serve as their brand's ambassadors. These silos, like previous TV projects, needed extensive renovations and Joanna's unique style. There was a Magnolia seed and supply garden store, a stage constructed in front of the silos, and the adjacent buildings were turned into a retail store. After much landscaping and the gathering of food trucks, the silos were prepared to greet guests after plans to convert another building into a bakery were created. Opening in 2015, the store and food truck park was left unfinished until June 2016, when the Silos Baking Company filled the last vacant building. Only then did the silos feel whole. Joanna spent a great deal of time honing her baked delicacies, and they became popular with visitors and locals alike. Every day, lines for baked goods began to wrap around the block. In the end, the Gaines did more than revitalize a Waco icon. They contributed to the city's metamorphosis. There was a thriving restaurant scene, tour buses, and a busy downtown in Waco. The number of visitors has not decreased even after production on Fixer Upper ended in 2018. The Gaines family is going strong, what with the new Magnolia line at Target and their successful construction firm. Thousands of people visit the silos every year to enjoy the inviting ambiance that Chip and Joanna built, whether they're looking for home decor, wonderful cupcakes, or tasty food trucks. Certainly, Magnolia Market at the silos has become and will continue to be an integral element of Waco's past. They had to cope with a $1 million lawsuit and ridicule even as celebrities for supporting same-sex marriage. How did these scandals influence the couple? A number of scandals, including links to an anti-LGBTQ religious leader and numerous lawsuits, have dogged the Gaines and brought them under intense public scrutiny as they have risen to celebrity. Reports surfaced suggesting the Gaines were members of a church where the preacher held anti-LGBTQ sentiments, which caused a stir. The pastor strongly disputed the accusations and emphasized that the church's objective is to assist individuals in discovering their true identity in God. Furthermore, Chip was involved in legal trouble after his former business partners at Magnolia Realty claimed he had bought them out right before the launch of Fixer Upper, all without telling them that the program would promote the Magnolia brand heavily, disclosed. This dispute was finally resolved out of court after years of litigation. Additionally, the pair ran into problems with the EPA due to allegations that they broke lead paint safety rules while filming the episode. They further damaged its public image by agreeing to pay a hefty fine and engaging in community initiatives to lower lead exposure hazards. Not only that, but they were also embroiled in controversy and had their social attitude called into question due to accusations of racism stemming from their donations to a campaign that opposed critical race theory in Texas schools. After Joanna recorded a discussion with a pastor who was against LGBTQ rights, critics pointed out that Fixer Upper did not feature any same-sex couples. She voiced her displeasure with the claims in an interview, saying the people making them are completely out of touch with reality. Further, the research found that Fixer Upper was a factor in the increasing cost of housing in Waco, which prompted the departure of several long-term residents. One of the complications of their success was the fact that locals were worried about losing their tight-knit communities due to the increase in tourism. A tone-deaf remark Chip made about money got him in trouble on social media because many took it as an insult to the plight of those who are struggling financially. Darren Farmer reportedly bought land in July 2016 with the intention of charging $10 for parking, which further complicated the scenario surrounding their business activities. This was despite the Gaines lease arrangement with the alleyway owners, who allowed consumers to park there. It is worth noting that in 2016, the Gaines were in talks with Farmer to buy the property. But when that failed, Chip built a barrier across the alleyway entrance, blocking part of the way. Because of this, Farmer sued the couple. However, the lawsuit was later abandoned after the Gaines allegedly offered to buy the property in 2017 for a substantial amount. That same year, the Gaines were sued by Chip's ex-business partners, Richard L. Clark and John L. Lewis, who claimed that Chip had bilked them out of more than $1 million. The fact that Chip, Lewis, and Clark co-founded Magnolia Realty in 2007 compounds the couple's predicament as they try to manage the expansion of their company while facing these obstacles. Even though they've faced adversity, Chip and Joanna have kept their family strong by prioritizing their children above all else. When faced with such controversy, how did the Gaines family respond? Were these difficulties a major problem at work for them? Leave a comment below and tell us what you think. For more, make sure to subscribe, like, and share. Additionally, I highly recommend watching the next video that appears on your screen.